look who's here. We have Corinne with us today. And that is because if you were watching yesterday, then you know that Daisy was having surgery on her busted up, mangled wrist. And she did have that surgery and it was a success. And there are like x-ray pictures of all of her new hardware that looks so freaking badass, you guys. So she did really, really good. Obviously, she is recovering today and over the weekend, and she'll be back Monday. But today we have Corinne with us, who's going to help co-host the show today. And you may notice I'm back in my own digs. I got my internet back. So everything is sort of on the upswing, which is great. I was getting so desperate about sorting out my internet that I was basically about ready to get on the phone with Zach Abraham from Bulwark Capital Management and just say, help me figure out finances to like install personal internet fiber directly to my house from wherever it comes from, because I can't take it anymore. And by the way, if you need Zach's help, you can reach him at knowyourriskpodcast.com. You should absolutely do that. He's fantastic. I was really hoping today, Corinne, that we would be able to talk about something other than that evil hag, Candace Owens, but she keeps doing stuff. And so we keep having to talk about it. And I'm going to try to keep it fairly brief, but we will cover some of the truly evil things that she said yesterday, just truly evil. But we'll kick it off because let's start with some good. Let's start with Erika, who is literally a force for goodness. I mean, she of course is on this book tour promoting Charlie's book, and Monday is the day. Okay, so Monday afternoon is the day that TPUSA plans to finally address at length and with detail all of the ridiculous claims that Candace has been making. I don't know if Erika will be a part of that live stream. I hope she is, but she's already starting to debunk some of it, which we'll get to in a second. But first, we want to play this clip of her talking to Bari Weiss. There's going to be a town hall that Bari Weiss hosts on CBS tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and there's been some teaser clips that have come out from that town hall. And this first one, you know, this is one of those ones that just rips at your heartstrings, because Bari Weiss was reminding Erika and just asking her how she dealt with all of those lunatics who celebrated Charlie's death and just said evil, evil things about it. And here's how Erika responded.
One of the most alarming things about Charlie's murder was the way that some people in this country reacted to it.
Yeah.
And not just online. This was an idea that you encountered a lot. And the idea was this. They kind of justified it. They basically said that because Charlie said or believed things that they believed were controversial or even hateful, that he somehow had it coming. What do you say to people who justified his death?
You're sick. He's a human being. You think he deserved that? Tell that to my 3-year-old daughter. Excuse me. You want to watch in high res the video of my husband being murdered and laugh and say he deserves it? There's something very sick in your soul, and I pray that God saves you. I pray, because that is what is so wrong. The internet in this world has dehumanized us.
If I watch like one more second of that, I'll start bawling. So I'm glad that you cut it right there. Just, I don't know how people say how unemotional she is, and she's criticized for smiling. Because first of all, the whole clip, I thought she seemed like she's going to cry before the question even like got there. And the pain is so real. Like it was really hard not to cry watching that. Like I feel like I could if you just even poked me a little bit. So
Right. I mean, and that's the thing, is that there's so many people that criticize every single behavior or, you know, facial expression that she has. People have called her tears fake. I mean, they're literally running down her cheeks, and it's still not good enough. There's still going to be just these evil, demonic people who hang on Candace's every word. that say these horrible things about Erika. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you can criticize someone who is clearly so good and righteous. I don't get it. And who Charlie obviously loved more than anybody else in the whole world. I mean, if you had respect for what Charlie did, if you loved Charlie, how can you not get that?
And she's the hardest job she's the hardest job in the world right now, which is, I can't imagine going on and being a mom to 2 babies after something so horrible happens. Like, my instinct would be to hide in a closet for several months, and that she isn't doing that and is being present and continuing his work and raising kids. I literally don't know how.
I know she is amazing. She's amazing to me. Amazing.
Seriously.
There was also the moment, which was very direct and pointed, that Bari Weiss asked her about Candace, named her, said Candace is the one that's, putting out all these crazy conspiracies. What is your message to her? I don't think this could be any clearer, but just in case it's needed, here's what happened.
Podcaster Candace Owens.
Look at her face change.
At one time, a friend of Charlie's, at one time, an employee of Turning Point. She has been one of the main peddlers of these conspiracies, and she is making a huge amount of money on it. She is building her business off of these lies. What do you want to say to her and the other people that are putting these lies out into the world right now?
Stop. That's it. That's all I have to say. Stop.
I saved this still from when she was on with Harris Faulkner. Because, I mean, look at that. I would not want to be on the receiving end of this stare. Like,
me neither, no.
Oh my gosh. She means business, you guys. She has had it. And I'm glad. Like, I hate this for her, obviously. But I also am so glad that she's speaking out, because enough is enough. You know what I mean? It has to be talked about. She has to say something. And Candace is a royal bitch for making this have to be the case. But she's responding in exactly the way that I think that she needs to.
And I never wanted her to have to respond either, which makes me so sad. But she got her mom voice. I don't think she said too much or anything really. Like, if you talk too much, people have something to criticize. And I don't think she did that. She said exactly what she needed to, which was to let people know she's, like, not in on this, not for it. Mm-hmm. Toddler mom voice on. Just stop.
I'm going to count to 3.
Yes. And she was like, no, we're past the 3. We're not doing the counting anymore. You're stopping, or it's bad. Yeah. The implication is that it's going to be worse.
Yes.
But it is.
And it's time.
I just can't believe she had to do it.
I know. So she's also because she's everywhere. She's promoting Charlie's book and Charlie's business and the legacy of Charlie and TPUSA as often as she can, which is her actual job. Because once again, people are criticizing her for doing that. People are actually trying to suggest that she's self-promoting as if she wrote the book. I mean, the criticism of her is just off the wall. But she is starting to slowly address some of the points that Candace has tried to make, which are ridiculous. One of those is that Candace says that she has, firsthand knowledge, or however she knows it. She never actually produces any evidence of anything she says. So it's hard to know where she's getting this information. But she claims that Charlie sent a message to, I don't know, a number of different people the day before he was assassinated, saying, they're going to kill me tomorrow. That is apparent. That's what Candace says Charlie said to people on a messaging program. I don't even know what program it was or whatever, but this is an example of the kind of thing that Erika is starting to address, as she did with Glenn Beck. And this was yesterday that she addressed that particular claim.
We knew that there was always going to be a threat, but Charlie and I we promised each other we would never live in fear. And he would say, if they're going to get me, they're going to get me. But he was not messaging people the day before saying, I'm going to be murdered, they're coming after me, someone's going to kill me. He didn't say that. And I have
Yeah,
his
yeah,
cell
yeah.
phone. Didn't say that.
And she has his cell phone, she said. I mean, can we just stop? I mean, like, why? Why are we making this so much harder? The guy that killed Charlie was in court yesterday. Were there other people involved? Perhaps. Why is the assumption that the FBI isn't looking into that? Or that the investigators, the local law enforcement, the state law enforcement isn't looking into that? Nobody knows what they're looking at except for Erika and the people closest to the case. So all of these accusations like nobody cares but Candace, it's bullshit.
No, and I think that the real thing, like you said, is Erika does have the evidence. So she does know. I think it's so easy actually to believe that people think the FBI is not doing a good job and that law enforcement's not doing a good job. I mean, I often think that about a million different things, not just this. So, and I see why it's so easy to fall into a conspiracy because so many things are a conspiracy. Like,
Right.
how many things have turned out to be true that were conspiracy theories that people were completely like lost their jobs over and lost monetization on YouTube and everything. I'm not anti being skeptical of
Right.
institutions. You actually should be. I think it's a good thing to be skeptical of them. But when you have someone close to the closest that you could possibly be, probably saying, I promise this thing is not true.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to be skeptical of that for me.
Exactly. Well, of course, because
Like-
who wants justice more than the people closest to Charlie? Right? I mean, and
Yeah.
that's another point that Erika made with Glenn Beck. Here she is about seeking justice.
I want justice for my husband. Anytime we have leads, anytime we hear anything, we send it to the authorities. We're not messing around. None of us are involved in my husband's murder. None of us.
I can't believe she has to say that.
Yeah.
Like, what in the world? She has to say, I didn't do it. Okay. I didn't know anybody. I was not involved with anybody that did it. My team who loved Charlie, who he loved, had nothing to do with it. I cannot believe that that is the point that we have reached where she has to say that. It's so wrong. It's so wrong on every single level.
It is so wrong, and it's frustrating because I think people were saying, Candace said that Erika killed him or that she's in on it like months ago, and I was like, that's not really fair because she didn't really say that. She was actually saying the opposite. She released videos that said Erika isn't in on it and Erika isn't lying. And I think this tone shift is whiplash for a lot of us who were like trying to give the benefit of the doubt here and be like, okay, some of this is clickbait. This is being like misused and misquoted, and nobody is saying Erika is in on it. And then Candace like drops
Right.
the hammers like, actually, I am. I was like, okay, well now I feel really stupid for giving you any kind of leeway to like talk,
Right.
and you just take it to the fullest extreme, and now we have a widow having to say like, no, I didn't kill my husband, when we so horribly witnessed, like, I'm sure we all saw the video. I saw it against my will.
Yeah.
I'll never unsee
I
it
know.
now.
Yeah.
And
Exactly. And the message, I mean, we already played, we played her on Harris Faulkner the other day saying, stop, that's where that meme comes from, that picture comes from. You've heard it elsewhere. You're going to hear it one more time, and it could not be clearer than when she was on Will Cain's show, which we're going to show you in a second. But first, I want to make sure that everybody's feet are warm. I know there's some cold temperatures out right now because I saw in the chat that people were saying it's 14 degrees here. And here I am. I'm like bitching in advance about the Monday weather in South Carolina. It's going to be a high of 41 on Monday, and I'm super irritated about it. But because that feels like really, really cold to me now that I've been here a year. But heat holders, you guys, I know my feetsies are always going to be toasty because they have 3 different levels of warmth with their socks. They've got the 3 times the warmth of cotton, of just plain cotton. They've got the 5 times, and these are the ones that kind of have like a little bit of that. Can you see like the fuzzies? It's like fuzzy on the inside. And then the 7 times ones, which are just super fat and awesome. These are a lifesaver. If you have like, like hardwood floors or whatever that get cold, you're good to go. And no matter where you live in the world, you can benefit from Heat Holders socks. And they don't just have socks. They have jackets and earmuffs and gloves that have that same warm and fuzzy material in them. All of their products right now, if you use code CHICKS at heatholders.com, you get 15% off. You get free shipping on any order that's $25 or more. And that's going to be an easy spend considering that it is Christmas time and you need stocking stuffers, and these make the best ones. It's heatholders.com. Don't forget to use CHICKS for your discount. Okay, so I mentioned that again, she had this very clear message, Erika did, for Candace, which was stop. And again, she made it clear on Will Cain's show. Here she is.
We're told that if we said stop, they would stop. And we said stop. And I'll say it again. Please stop. That's it.
We'll see if it's listened to.
It's not listened to. Spoiler alert. It is absolutely not listened to. And in fact, you guys, this is where I'm getting a little bit of kind of sick enjoyment out of what's happening with Candace right now. Because yesterday, and I know I've been saying this all week long, that I feel a tide turning. I feel a little bit of a shift in terms of the number of people and the prominence level, although I know that's subjective, of the people that are coming out finally to say Candace is batshit. I thought initially that maybe it was just my algorithm and that was wishful thinking on my part, but I genuinely am seeing and feeling a tide shift. And it could not have been made more clear than from Candace herself, who I got the sense from some of the clips from her show yesterday that she is starting to spiral. And I am here for that. And you're seeing it too, right?
No, for sure. I mean, I have a big group text with all my friends that are obsessed, and we watch way too many podcasts. And we have a few people who have been more on the Team Candace, more open to what she's saying. And that all fell apart. I would say yesterday, before yesterday's show, everybody was like, no. You know, somebody texted like her reply to Allie Beth Stuckey, like, is this the line? Like, are you? And I was like, I don't know. And then everybody just started trickling in, being like, okay, no, I'm not happy. The line was crossed. Like, Erika was the one. She said that she'd stop if Erika told her to stop, or if Erika implied it was not fine. That's a very lenient line, but it is a line, and it's crossed. And like, even for the most generous, like open to Candace, they're not Candace cult people, but most open to hearing what she had to say. We're like, yeah, I can't defend it. I won't defend it. And I'm pretty mad because I did defend her for so long, and now she's making me look dumb.
Exactly. And so I do sense, I mean, you know, what you've said is anecdotal, but I would venture to guess that's happening with a lot of different chat groups and text threads that people have with one another. I'm telling you, I'm seeing a shift, and it's small but significant. And I can tell because Candace was so mad yesterday, so mad. And she was the first to admit it. When she did her little promo teaser for her show, she even says that she is in a mood, and it's because of all the criticism that she is starting to face, which is long overdue. But here is her teaser.
Okay, so full disclosure, I'm in a bad mood today. I have a little bit of an attitude, and I'm just getting so tired of these influencers pretending that this is all organic. It's like the most obvious push, especially people who try to do it in the name of the Bible. This whole Allie Stuckey thing, like holding the Bible when you're like actually just being a mean girl, but trying to justify it with scripture, it just all needs to end. And Erika, Bari Weiss on stage with like the super loaded question about Candace being a liar. Okay, I'm just not in a good mood today, so I'm just going to put that out there. Yeah, I am not caring about anybody's feelings today. And yeah, you can join us below.
I mean, Just take it straight from the horse's mouth. She is feeling the heat.
I'm just going to start every day with I'm in a bad mood. So get ready. That's what I just send to my coworkers so they know. Just don't even deal with me.
And we'll get to the Allie Stuckey stuff too, because you could really see the mean girl come out when it came to Allie Beth Stuckey, which we'll get to. But so that was the teaser for her show. Then of course her show happened, and she was pure evil. She is just dripping in rage, and it's deserved. I mean, every feeling of discomfort that she was feeling during her show last night, it's so long overdue. So now she actually addressed somebody that sent her a super sticker, who called her out, basically saying, you said you would stop when Erika asked you to stop, so are you going to stop? And now the goalpost has been moved. Okay, here's how Candace is moving the goalpost.
Butterfly writes, Candace, you mentioned several times that if Erika asked you to stop, you would, in fact, stop. Will you honor her request? Please stand by your word and honor what Charlie left behind. Prayers to you. I was very clear here. Erika asked me to stop lying, and I will immediately abide by that request. Candace is lying. What do you want to say? Please stop. Please stop lying. I understand. I comprehend. What I don't comprehend is what I've lied about. Have I made errors along the way? Yes. But as soon as she tells me what it is I've lied about, I will cease lying immediately.
What a freaking joke. It had nothing to do. I mean, yes, the way that Bari Weiss framed that question was, what's your message to Candace Owens about all of her lies? So that's what Candace is grasping onto. But forget the fact that she said to Harris Faulkner, stop what you're doing. Forget the fact that she said, stop what you're doing when she was on with Will Cain. Candace can't stop Candacing, okay? So she's now moving the goalposts and pretending, well, she asked me to stop lying, and I've never lied. I don't know what I've lied about. Oh, my God. What a freaking joke.
I think this is a big discussion with my friend group. It's I feel like she might really believe whatever she's saying, and it's not just all clickbait, money stuff. I think there's a lot of that because her marketing is crazy, so good, actually. Just from a marketing perspective, it is what you would tell someone if you wanted their stuff to go viral, and that person had no pushback at all. It just followed a blueprint of the most clickbait crazy stuff that most people would see us and be I think that's a little embarrassing to say, and I'm not going to do it. Candace does that. So I think personally there's quite a bit of clickbait, of money in it because of how she markets. But I have friends also who are I don't think it's about money. She doesn't need money. I think she is in too deep on her own thoughts. She's spun this web that she can't get out of anymore, and she really believes it. And last night's clips specifically are the first ones where I'm not sure anymore. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, because I think there is, I think there's definitely an element of this isn't all about money because she has so much of that already. What it is about, though, is her own narcissism, her own need for all of the attention. And, we obviously on this show contribute to it. We're contributing to her giant inflated ego. But that's also the reason that we call it out, because she cannot just continue to grow her cult following unchecked. I mean, there has to be people that are on the opposite side that are calling it out for what it is. And that's where I do feel that tide shifting a little bit, thank God, because more prominent folks, we're not prominent. And so prominent folks need to come out and address it and not dance around it. I'm sorry, but the Daily Wire people are they're saying all the things without naming her. They're just dancing around because they want to preserve their friendship. Fine, preserve the friendship, but also call it out. Nobody's telling you to stop being friends, but grow some balls and just say what you're actually thinking instead of dancing around it because you're afraid of Candace. No one should be afraid of this bitch. I'm sorry, but no one should be afraid of her. And the next clip you're about to see from her show, if you've ever seen the movie Miss Congeniality, she is quoting from it and positioning Erika Kirk as like a pageant queen and mocking her for it. Okay. It is just next level mean girl. And this is how you can tell. Again, I think this is evidence of Candace doing some real crashing out. Like, she is spiraling. Here she is.
It's just, I trust my team. My team is amazing. And my favorite date is April 24th because it's not too hot and it's not too cold. And all you need is a light jacket. Like, it feels fake. I'm on CBS stage with pre-prep questions and Bari Weiss, and I obviously have rehearsed this answer. Normal passion, not this like chat GBT feeling. That's what it is. It feels like we're so rich, you don't have the right to think. Okay? We are rich enough to remove that. So stop thinking. The elites are here. It feels elite. That's why I hate this. It feels elite. Even getting questions ahead to me, preparing answers, feels fake and gay.
That is really, really interesting. So, so she is calling out the elites without recognizing the fact that she is exactly that. I mean, that is pure 100% projection.
Yeah, that clip is just crazy. And I think one thing is, like, Erika will be criticized, especially in the role that she is in as CEO of Turning Point. No leader of an organization that big and that powerful and that effective can be without criticism. So it's not like anyone is saying to her that Erika cannot be criticized. We kind of gave a very specific list of what Erika can't be criticized on, and then she hit all of those things that nobody wanted. Like, if there was a real credible accusation that she's like not funding chapters properly or not giving students resources and there's some corruption or something, you know, like that kind of stuff, totally normal. She's the CEO of an organization. All of these attacks are so personal. Mm-hmm. And I think everybody that I know and talk to had a list of like things you just don't go for, especially right now.
Exactly.
And she's like, check. Like, she just hit them all. Like, I am going to do all of those that are going to outrage the most amount of people in 30 seconds, going to hit them all.
Yeah, she did. And in that clip that we just played, there's this moment where she criticizes Erika for having scripted questions or knowing the questions in advance from CBS, from Bari Weiss. And then saying, you know, that's not something that she would ever do. She never would ever prepare or ask for questions in advance or dare to tell an interviewer what not to cover. In fact, she goes into detail about that right here.
I obviously know I'm going to get asked this, so I'm going to do, like, I don't even like, and this is a fact. You can ask anybody who's ever interviewed me. I never ask for questions ahead of time. I don't want to know. I don't want to know the direction it's going into. I never give them anything. I never say we can't talk about this. Nothing's off record, because even getting questions ahead to me, preparing answers.
You heard her say, I don't ever tell an interviewer what they can and can't ask. That is a fact, she said. Except that just several weeks ago, she talked about interviewing with CNN and telling them in writing multiple times that she wanted no questions about Charlie. So why? I mean, this is like so easy. You know what I mean? Like, she's gotten to the point where she can't keep up with her own lies. And so she's getting caught out in these very like easy to avoid mistakes if you're telling the truth. But this is Candace, so this is what happens, and I am here for it. I'm sorry, but that is the stuff that I'm just like, oh, you're caught. You're caught now. You effed up, and we're about to expose it, and so is everybody else. I love it. I'm sorry, I'm not going to lie about it. I know it's evil.
So unfair, because Erika rehearses. I do think Erika scripts responses and rehearses what she's going to say. I know I'm a huge crier. Like, if you even poke me, like if you're talking about something remotely emotional, I can sob pretty much on demand, and it's to a point that I can't stop it. So if I was ever in a position where I had to talk about something that would make me sad, I would have to script it.
For sure.
And hope that I could make it through the script. And I think anyone watching that does see that's like kind of how you have to handle when you're grieving. If you don't want to be a sobbing disaster, if you're trying to get through a sentence, like, of course you script what you're going to say. It's the only way to get through it. And that's just, that's why people can't stand this. It's such an unfair thing to say.
Yeah. And it seems as though, you know, with the glee that Candace has been doing her investigation, I mean, she seems to be the exact opposite, where she has no emotion about Charlie's death whatsoever. She pretends to by saying, I'm doing this investigation for him. I'm the only one that hasn't betrayed him. I'm the only one that cares. Bull crap. You don't give a crap except to just bring attention to yourself. That's all that this is about. Speaking of crying, like if you have you ever seen Sound of Freedom? Did you see that when Angel Studios released it? Oh my God. I sobbed like in so many parts of that movie. The stuff that Angel Studios puts out, man, it is so good. And even the stuff that will wreck you, like Sound of Freedom, it's still something that's good, you know, age appropriate, but it's good. It's such good family, wholesome viewing. And that's sort of the nature of all of the shows that they put out. Right now, they are streaming the series Homestead, which is based, of course, on the Homestead movie. But they also do amazing documentaries. That RFK documentary was... I mean, I know Daisy has said it, my husband has said it, I've said it, best documentary we have ever seen. And it's so worth becoming an Angel Guild member because then you actually get a say. Not only do you get tickets to their movie premieres, but you also get a say in what they actually choose to put out. So it's really great. It'd be a great gift for someone, a really meaningful gift, I think, if you gave a membership to someone. You can do it by simply going to angel.com/chicksontheright, angel.com/chicksontheright. Become a member today. You won't regret it. All right, we're going to move on to the text to Allie. So this is when some serious Mean Girl stuff came out. I don't actually know what Allie had posted on her Instagram, but she'd posted something related to all of this. That really triggered Candace hard. And so she wrote this reply on Allie Beth Stuckey's Instagram post that was so mean girl, you guys, and so freaking obvious when it comes to her own anti-Semitism. Like, she brings Jewishness into this out of freaking nowhere. So here's what she said. Please stop acting like you were super close to Charlie. Yes, you spoke at events and were colleagues and allies in this movement, but you're acting like you were super close with him, and it's annoying me. I'm sorry, somebody's trying to call me. Let me just stop that right now. I didn't know my Mac would, like, make sounds. You are acting like you were super close with him, and it's annoying me. You didn't know about the Catholic thing because you never had that sort of a personal friendship with him. We've all been friendly over the years as we've all appreciated you as a hard worker and a mother to children. That aside, yes, you are very clearly a part of a psychological operation, as you are quite sinisterly trying to use Bible verses to tell people to ignore their intuition. I might add the fact that in this very post, you are tossing around a literal psychological term to try to pathologize people who simply don't agree that 30-06 bullets are magically stopped by human necks. The reality, Allie, is that you have been open about the fact that you are part Jewish and you are being exceedingly tribal in this situation. The best proof for that tribalism is that even when Josh Hammer told one of the most disgusting lies in this entire saga, you were, and I don't even know what that means, because she was the one that was lying about Josh Hammer. You were moved to do a video defending his character rather than calling a spade a spade. You don't care about truth. You care about defending what you perceive to be your side. You said Josh Hammer was a good person after he lied about Charlie's final 48 hours. That is naked tribalism for which you should be ashamed yourself. There are no Bible verses needed for people to recognize that someone shamelessly lying about a man's thoughts and concerns before he died is nothing short of monstrous. And there is no friend to Charlie that wouldn't have the moral clarity to at least call out such a deranged misrepresentation of the very real anxiety Charlie was going through in those final months. That just sort of that just, all of that came out of almost nowhere. It was so unhinged. And so Allie Beth responded, and here's what she said. She said, Candace commented on my Instagram post saying I only disagree with her baselessly implicating Charlie's friends in his murder because my great-grandfather, whom I never met, was Jewish. Okay. Also, apparently, she was Charlie's only true friend. I have been extremely, explicitly clear that Charlie and I had a strong friendship that was completely professional. I'm grateful to be one of the many that he shared stages and wisdom with over the years. Charlie's inner circle, his friends, coworkers, his wife, are the only ones who loved and knew him best, and they are the ones that we can trust to seek true justice on their behalf, which was a perfect response. And then Tyler Bowyer, who of course is COO of TPUSA's Action, he responded to Allie Beth Stuckey. Did you see this?
Where I haven't seen this yet.
Okay, oh my God, you're gonna love this. So he responded saying, "You talked to Charlie far more than Candace did, LOL." That had to absolutely enrage Candace, which it did. So what did she do? She resorted to making up crazy crap about him based on nothing, no evidence, and said, "You and your wife are swingers, Tyler." And I'm just like, oh my God. That made even me respond. I was like, we can all see you unraveling at this point. I mean, that is why you're extra annoyed today. You're accusing Allie Beth of tribalism due to a distant relative. That is peak psycho. And people are starting to see you. Like, we're getting it now. Not just us, because we've gotten it for the past 3 months, but more people are starting to get it. And I am super, super glad about that. And by the way, this didn't used to be how Candace treated Erika. When, right after Charlie's murder, she gave Erika so much grace. That's why she said Erika was the one that can get me to stop. And so I saw a montage put together, I think this was by Nathan Livingstone, of all of the things that she said about Erika before she lost her ever-loving mind. Here is the montage.
On the Charlie Kirk show last week, Andrew said someone powerful called Erika and asked how much she knows, and she said, "I know everything." I think she knows everything. She's his wife. What is a wife? Everything she said on stage yesterday. A confidant. Every secret that the world is not meant to know about Charlie Kirk, she knows about Charlie Kirk. Who was stressing him out? Why did you lay your head next to your wife or your husband? My husband knows everything there is to know about me. And so, yeah, there's no question that she knows everything. This was a faithful couple. This is a woman who consulted a priest and prayed when she felt that somebody had put a hex on her husband. And I just think everyone is being a little unfair by trying to assign so much ill will towards someone who hasn't done anything to warrant that. Does not feel appropriate to me. I haven't seen any reason to do that. What lie has Erika told that I'm supposed to be focused on? The amount of pressure that is on her right now, she has not come out and said anything to me that makes her suspicious. I would have been the first person. If I felt that anything was there, I would have said something truly. But I know that Charlie was very happy with Erika. And I know that Erika was a reason. She was pushing Charlie, as women do, to really think through his ideas and think through what it was that he believed in one way or the other. She made him happy. And I just want you guys to know that. And so when you're putting stuff out there, just imagine that you're in her shoes. Imagine the size and the scale of that company. And imagine that on top of everything, you've got people that are digging into every layer of your life and not necessarily getting everything right. And I just really feels to me like it's unfair. She's going to fight. She's going to fight, and she is going to fight on the good side, because every woman would know what her husband's going through. So I can't even imagine what it feels like experiencing this tragedy, having to come to terms with this tragedy. And it's a no from me.
That's where we are now. I mean, what a transformation, you know?
And that's why it's this particular line of attack against Erika is such a mistake for me. And I know even on this show, like some of our people were like, how could you defend her about Erika? I was like, she has always been nice about Erika. So I think it's like
she was
unfair.
Yeah, as we just saw.
At that time, like that was real. She was nice to Erika. And I think she built up that relationship with her viewers about having this kindness towards Erika. And now to go back on that, I think it's a disservice to her own show because she built that up and now she's going back on it and
anybody with brains everybody can see. I mean, I would think, obviously she's got cult followers who will just absorb anything she says without questioning it. But I would think that, you know, if somebody's sending her a super sticker, one of her own audience members are like, can you please keep your word? Like, you literally said you would stop if she asked you. She's asked you. And now if she's like, well, she asked me to stop lying, and now she's going to have to tell me what I'm lying about. Oh, my God. I mean, it is out of control, you guys. Out of control. And it is interesting, actually, because we found out yesterday that the entire reason that Charlie even knew Candace is because of the Jews. And we're going to show you that proof in just a second. But I want to remind everybody about BonCharge. Do I have my mask? Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Actually, I've shown you guys the mask before. What I really want to show you today is the toothbrush. They have, in addition to their red light therapy mask, which we've talked about a lot before, which is so good for like brightening your skin and just getting rid of some of those fine lines. I love this electric toothbrush because it also, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So it's off right now. When I turn it on, can you see that? Like you can see the red light turns on. And so what that does is it does the same thing for your gums that it does for your face, for your skin. So it reduces inflammation, it reduces redness, it reduces all of the things that can be problematic if you have like super sensitive gums, for example. And it sits on this handy dandy little charger that I've got it on right now. It recharges and then it lasts for, I mean, a good long while before you have to recharge it. And so that's just one of the other products that you can get from boncharge.com/chicks. That would also be a great stocking stuffer for someone. And so they've got a 25% off of the red light mask right now. They've got sales on a whole bunch of their stuff, but the sale ends December 31st. So you want to get in on it as quickly as you can. Again, this would be at boncharge.com/chicks. So you want to know what the reason is for Candace to even be a thing right now? It's because of a Jew. And that Jew's name is Dave Rubin.
Candace, I take no pleasure in talking about her because we were very, very good friends. I was at her wedding where I actually sat next to Charlie and Erika Kirk. They weren't even married at the time. That was the first time I met Erika, but I sat next to Charlie and met Erika there for the first time. I gave Candace her first big break. She was a little YouTuber about 8-9 years ago. We used to do something called YouTube Week where I would take 5 different YouTubers from different disciplines. One would be in politics, one would be in gaming, one might be in music or something, and just give them a shot. And she was one of the ones that we plucked out when she had like 20,000 subscribers. So we have a long, long history. So I take no pleasure in what has happened with her, but I do agree with your assessment. She has gone so far down the rabbit holes where now she gets disproven so often that it's not really worth wasting much time on her. It's sad, I would say, as a friend, or at least a former friend, and I would say it's not good that so many people are following her down those things. I think that exists in a certain spot.
Yeah, so he tweeted after that, yes, what I said on the show today was true. I introduced Candace to Charlie for the first time at the Breakers in Palm Beach in 2017. The two of them spent 10 minutes chatting, and then she walked back to me and told me she just took a job with TPUSA. If you would have told me then that this is where we would have ended up in 2025, there's no way in the world I would have believed you. And in some way, I don't even believe it right now, which I totally get. Because things are cray, right? I mean, things have gone completely off the deep end.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And I think it speaks volumes of the relationship that Charlie and Candace did have at one point, that they talked for 10 minutes and he was like, you're hired. Because that's who she was then. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it feels the same in this moment. And I hope she does get back to that maybe, but I don't know where you go from here. The spiral is so so deep. Like, I don't know if she needs like a rehab stint or something to like to come
Is there
back.
a rehab
I'm
for
not
this?
sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't know where it goes.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, because she's got way too much of an ego to admit at any point that she has endangered the trial, that she has potentially damaged or tainted a jury pool, that she what she is doing could result in the killer getting, maybe not the death penalty, which he should absolutely get. So the damage isn't just, like mean-spirited gossip. It's real. Like, it really could impact the outcome of the entire trial. And she even said yesterday, she doesn't believe Tyler pulled the trigger. There is so much evidence that says that he did. I mean, the question remains, I think, who else may have known in advance? Who else was involved? Those questions are legit. But as to who actually did the killing, I mean, please just stop, as Erika would say.
Stop.
Interesting, juicy gossip, though, about Candace, which I didn't even realize. I think I knew it and then forgot it. But way back in the day, she wrote for a blog called, I think, Degree 180, if I'm not mistaken. And so people are digging up some of her old columns, some of the old pieces that she wrote. And there were two titles that I saw floating around yesterday that I thought were very, very interesting. The first saying, I think affairs are romantic. She wrote an entire column about affairs being romantic. And I was like, okay, George, there's your permission to go have gay relations with whoever it is that you want. But then my favorite one that she wrote back in the day, this is like almost like you can't even believe it. This was in 2016. She wrote, a lot of straight women are settling down with gay men. Here's why. And I just can't even hardly believe it, but it's real, you guys. It's real.
Feels appropriate. Yeah.
Very prescient, you might say.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on to Tucker. Tucker, I think this was also part of the Theo Von podcast that we talked about yesterday. But here's something what Tucker does a lot of the time, I've noticed, is that he'll excuse behavior and then say he doesn't know anything or doesn't know what words mean, and then will also claim that behavior. And here's an example. So he's talking about the whole Candace stuff, and he's making a contrast between just a podcaster and journalism. And it's just interesting how he does it. Take a listen to this.
What Candace is saying is clearly causing a lot of turmoil. Is it true or not? I can't assess it. I'm not the FBI. I'm a freaking podcaster.
By the way, so is Candace.
If I were doing this investigation, because I spent my whole life doing non-criminal investigations called journalism. Oh
my God. So, I mean, really, if he's basically saying you can't just be a podcaster and do all this investigating, but that's exactly what Candace is. Mm-hmm. And he's using that as a way to excuse her somehow at the same time. He makes no sense ever. Like, he has also gone completely off the deep end.
Yeah. I feel like he doesn't want to weigh in, which is fine. I don't think everyone has to weigh in, but it is funny that he thinks the people most capable of investigations would be like journalists.
Right.
When the reason podcasters even exist, are even successful, really, I think is a failure of journalism. So many people were so sick of the institution, just these lying political agents who are not capable of investigations. So they started talking on their own. Now we have podcasters. So, like, to discredit podcasters over journalists, I think people favor podcasters now. And
for
that's
sure.
Because journalists
without
suck.
question. Absolutely. Absolutely right. So, and, you know, we've been waiting because we adore Megyn Kelly. We've been waiting for her to weigh in. And man, has she been getting slammed for the past couple days. She's been putting out her regular shows without acknowledging whatsoever that this is basically the top story that's happening right now and that everyone is talking about it. She just has been ignoring it. Well, finally yesterday, she implied that a response, an official weigh-in from her is coming. Here's what she said.
What happened? Something extraordinary happened yesterday. And just FYI, I am going to have more to say very soon on what's happening between Erika Kirk and Turning Point on the one hand and Candace on the other.
Thank God.
Not today, but very soon. And I have my reasons for that.
That's interesting. I don't know what those reasons are, but I suspect we're going to hear them shortly, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going. I'll tune in. Good marketing, Megyn.
She's learned that from Candace. Like, that's an epic tease, right? That is an epic tease. But I'm just so glad, because I do sense that when she said there was something extraordinary that happened yesterday, she was referring, because I heard the whole clip, she was referring to that moment that Erika on the Harris Faulkner show said, stop. And that was a moment. And that was the moment that she was referring to. So because of the way that she framed it, my sense is that she's going to say things that I agree with. I don't know for sure, obviously, but I hope we see. Maybe that'll be today. Maybe she's waiting until after the TPUSA live stream on Monday. I don't know, but at least something is coming from Megyn, which I'm very, very glad about. Because she's one of the most prominent women in this space. And I just think it's important. I think it's important that she weigh in, because she weighs in on everything else. That's like actually her job. And so this is an important thing for her to weigh in on. By the way, if you are a woman like Megyn, like us, who is interested in making a difference, difference politically or culturally, whether that's in your own community or online, maybe you want to make a run for an office, which would be great, even if it's something like local, like your school board. If you want guidance and help how to do that, the best way is to check out concernedwomen.org/chicks. If you donate just $20 to them, you're going to get this free book. This is a woman's guide, The 7 Rules for Success in Business and Life. It's a great little book. Also makes a great little stocking stuffer, depending on the size of your stocking. It will fit nicely. So it's a great organization to get a lot of information and news from, obviously, but also a great way to get in touch with your representatives, whether it's with their form letters or whether it's just you need to figure out how to reach them. You can do all of that at concernedwomen.org/chicks. So the accused murderer of Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, appeared in court yesterday, and people are kind of mad about how smiley and smug and smirky he looked. And man, did he ever. There was video. A lot of the news stations were showing this video of him chatting with his attorneys, just happy as a clam. I mean, just looking like joking around. I mean, this is not helping him, I don't think, at all, to look like everything is just fun and games, but this is what he looked like in the courtroom yesterday. And it was a good thing, because there's so many people that have gone so far down the candy cult rabbit hole that they don't even believe he exists. I've actually heard that some people are like, I don't even think Tyler Robinson is a real person. God. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Fully and completely crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready to talk about some other stuff?
Yes.
Go ahead. What were you going to say? You can only imagine what.
He's smiling because he's medicated. I assume they're finally treating all of the mental illnesses he has because he's in jail. But
that's fair.
I didn't to see it anyway.
No, nobody did. And we'll see. You know, the worst thing about this entire trial is going to be just how long it freaking takes to actually start it. Yeah, that's going to be the most frustrating thing. All right, moving on. There was a very, very interesting hearing that took place on Capitol Hill yesterday, and Kristi Noem came to testify to one of the congressional committees. And the Democrats that were grilling her, man, it did not go well for them. It did not go well for them at all. So there was, first we're going to show you a clip of Benny Thompson? I think it's Benny Thompson, Representative Benny Thompson, who positioned the recent shooting of those 2 DC National Guardsmen, where the one died, the other one I believe is still in critical condition. He positioned that as an unfortunate accident.
Madam Secretary, you and the gentleman from NCTC reference the unfortunate accident that occurred with the National Guardsman being killed.
You think that was an unfortunate accident?
I mean,
It was a terrorist attack.
wait. Look, I'll get it straight. Then you can
He shot our
respond.
National Guardsman in the head.
Look, Mr. Chairman, will you direct the witness to allow me to ask my question?
Allow him to ask his question, you guys. Oh my God. Unfortunate accident. What's wrong with these idiots?
I don't know what they refuse to confront violence at all. And I don't know what she corrected him in real time and he's like, oh, you didn't let me finish. I'm sorry, what was there to add to unfortunate accident? Were you going to say, I'm sorry, terrorist attack? Where are you going? I think you need to be corrected.
Oh my God. I mean, that was so telling about what we have been saying for months about the Democrats, how they are constantly in defense of criminals, of illegals, of whoever the bad guy is. That is who they protect with their words, exactly as he positioned it. They diminish, they minimize, they rationalize, and that was a perfect example of that. And then, of course, the reason for my name today, LaMonica MacGyver, she was also in this committee hearing, and she called the Department of Homeland Security the greatest threat to Homeland Security.
The greatest threat to the homeland right now is a Department of Homeland Security that the American people no longer trust, a department actively undermined by its own secretary. This is on you, Secretary Noem.
What?
You know what I would just love right now is if we just said, you're right, people don't trust the Department of Homeland Security. I think we should abolish it.
Yeah.
And they would
God.
flip out and be like, you cannot do that. We love it. It would be like the USAID thing, like all over again.
Yes.
Because they love the government. This is all political. They think they're going to fundraise off of this. The second they criticize these agencies, but if you even thought of firing somebody who worked there, they lose their minds. I'm like,
oh my God.
I can call the bluff. Like, I'm fine. Let's get rid of DHS. You're right. No one trusts it. Seems risky. Let's abolish it. Now, what do you have to say about it? All of a sudden, they would be Kristi Noem's like biggest supporter.
Yep, exactly. I mean, it's all such a game. It's all such just political grossness. And I know this is off topic and we'll get back to this hearing in just a second, but I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that Kilmar Ábrego García has been released by some liberal idiot judge. So FYI, that's also happened, and that is thanks to Democrats, as usual. But Kristi Noem did have her moment to address Congress, and man, did she ever let them have it.
It's shameful to see the defense of individuals who break our laws. We are a nation of laws. If we are not a nation of laws, we're no nation at all. And that is what we are doing every day, is following those. If you guys don't like the law, go change it. That's your job. You don't complain. I was raised by a dad who said we don't complain about things. We fix them. Well, go fix them. If you don't like the law, quit bellyaching, quit hitting and attacking our ICE officers, quit going out and protesting and screaming vile things at them, quit calling them names. We wouldn't let our children do that. Go do something that actually matters by having an honest debate and changing the law. That's your jobs. You all should be fired, in my viewpoint.
That was awesome.
I love it. And I think she looks so pretty. I know she gets so criticized and we have a don't F with your face policy on this show. But sometimes I watch her and it makes me want to F with my face a little bit.
Don't do it, Corinne.
I think she looks so good.
Don't do it. Do not do it. You don't need it. You're totally gorgeous. Oh my God. Do not F with your beautiful
look how
face.
Beautiful. She looks like a little Barbie. She's so cute. And then she
but
just
like in
slams
person,
them.
You're gonna see all the fakery, and you don't want that. You don't do it. Don't. Don't. Yeah, I mean, she did look amazing. I will say that. But still, I don't think you should F with your face. So one of our favorite, I mean, I have to call him a character because I don't believe he's a real human. Like Sri Thandekar, or whatever his name is, that weird Michigan representative who is a Muppet. I think he's an actual like human Muppet somehow. I don't know where he comes from or how that happens, but that MFer is not real. Okay, like that he just does not seem real to me. And now we've discovered that he microblades, you guys. Listen, I do that because I have terrible brows, but he's a guy. He's like an Indian guy. Like, why would you? Anyway, we have evidence of that to show you, but first we're going to show you the back and forth between him and Kristi Noem. He was trying to suggest that she resign, and she was like,
competence and your inability to truthfully carry out your duties of Secretary of Homeland Security. If you're not fired, will you resign?
Sir, I will consider your asking me to resign as an endorsement of my work. Thank you very much.
So good. Perfect response.
It was a perfect response. And of course, anytime that we ever talk about Shri in our group chat, you know, Spencer is our Indian correspondent, and he loves anytime that there is a story about Shri because he immediately sends us these voice memos making fun of the accent. And so
nails
he
it.
sent what
Really
nails
perfect.
it every time. So we have his latest. He doesn't know that I'm playing this, but we have his latest, and I've put it like underneath basically a photo up close of Shri and his eyebrows. Please enjoy.
Kristi Noem, will you resign for doing your job, or will I have to shave my eyebrows into a different shape to point you the way out of this hearing, okay?
That is how I
never
hear
get
him now.
enough.
That's his
Like,
the
right,
voice.
I can't even visualize Spencer's face anymore without hearing that voice. I can't.
No.
I can't do it. Now, there was a moment during that hearing, you guys, I don't remember which of the representatives did this, but they decided to try to do this gotcha with Kristi Noem by promoting this ridiculous argument that we are deporting U.S. citizens, which is nonsense. And the way that they wanted to prove it was that they showed their little laptop and they were zooming in one of these apparent citizens that was deported. They like had him ready to go, ready to talk to Kristi Noem, okay? So it turns out it was so dramatic and ridiculous. And it turns out that the person that they used was a self-deportee. He was a green card holder, and then he also had a drug charge, a felony drug charge. So he was not actually a citizen, and he self-deported. So I'm sorry, but you don't get to self-deport and then be all like, well, Kristi Noem deported me. I mean, come on. Democrats are so stupid. They don't realize that we're going to catch them in these ridiculous games, and we always do.
I can't believe that more staffers, the Democrat staffers have really been failing lately. We got like Jasmine Crockett with the wrong Jeffrey Epstein, and this one saying it's an American citizen. I remember when I worked for Congress, this was like your worst fear is arming your member with bad information before a hearing. Like that's what definitely got you yelled at, fired. It's still like I still have anxious dreams about it. So I don't know how these kids are still getting away with this. When it's like they're very easily disproven, like you didn't fact check at all.
I mean, this
Scary.
was such an easy, yeah, they effed up. I mean, like there's no other way to put it except that they massively effed up. So because there are crazy people who do, you know, they're super anti-ICE, they're super anti-Kristi Noem, they're anti all of, they just want all the illegal criminals to stay. There were lots and lots of protesters ready to, you know, confront Kristi Noem as she walked out of the hearing. And the biggest takeaway of that, because, you know, they're yelling at her, you're the SS, you're the Gestapo, you should be ashamed. How do you sleep at night? All the things, right? And so the takeaway, though, for me was watching them do that as there is a woman next to Kristi Noem holding an infant. And they are surrounding them and screaming at them without any regard for how terrifying that must be to the child. And this is this is part of the humanity, I think, that's been lost by people. And the left, I mean, they exemplify this. This is what it looked like.
Concentration camp. You are the modern day SS. You are the Gestapo.
Shame on you, Kristi Noem.
Shame on you, Kristi Noem. Shame on you for keeping a baby as a pup. Shame on you. Shame on you for keeping a baby as you separate families.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Sleep at night.
silence, boys.
I'm sorry, but that's messed up. That is messed up.
It's so messed up, and that crowd now like concerns me so much. We've had multiple assassination attempts on our president. Charlie Kirk was murdered. Like, I hope everyone in that room that's screaming inappropriately was so well vetted, because it's terrifying how close. That's our department, like our cabinet secretary is like this close to all of those crazy people, and I like sometimes it freaks me out. I don't know if I'm just paranoid now, but
yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how to rewind all of this. I don't know how to put that toothpaste back in the tube. Like, we're so lost, and I don't know how you recover from it. I really don't. It really worries me. Anyway, I hate to be like all doom and gloom about it, but I do feel kind of doom and gloom about it, because we are seeing some really horrible lack of humanity. There's no other way for me to describe it. Nicki Minaj, she's become very much a supporter of Trump, it seems, lately. And she is not a supporter of Gavin Newsom. I think that she has just discovered the best way to refer to Gavin's followers in this next presidential election, because he'll be running, you guys. I mean, I think there is no question about it. He will be running. And so what she calls them is the Gav-nots. And I love this. I think this is absolutely perfect. She's saying Vance obviously is greater than the Gav-nots. And I feel like that is perfect. I love it. I love it. I'm going to use it.
I love her. I'm going to use it too. Her tweets are on fire lately, and I'm ready to put her on the ticket whenever she's ready to jump in the ring.
Yeah, it's going to be good stuff. So speaking of Gavin, you know how he's got that press office that did all the like Gavin tweets that were, trying to make fun of Trump's tweets? That whoever runs that account continues to just sort of step all over themselves in a really bad way. And they went after Elon yesterday. So they posted a video of Gavin Newsom like promoting his own record on being pro-trans and like really seeing trans people and all this nonsense. And they said they made a dig at Elon because, of course, Elon's son is a trans girl now, and they're estranged. And that's one of Elon's, it's one of the reasons that led him down the path that he went on when it comes to wokeness and being so outspoken against it, because that hive mind, that mind virus of trans infected his own son. And he has, obviously massive angst about that. And so the press office decided to use that against him. They posted Gavin's video, and then they said, "We're sorry your daughter hates you, Elon," which was such a bitch thing to say. And Elon responded and said, "I assume you're referring to my son Xavier, who has a tragic mental illness caused by the evil woke mind virus you push on vulnerable children. I love Xavier very much, and I hope he recovers. My daughters are Azure, Exa, who goes by Y, and Arcadia, and they do indeed love me very much." I'm so glad that he responded that way. Right?
Totally.
I mean,
office needs to
the
stick
weird
with
kid
their
names notwithstanding, but whatever.
I know. That office needs to stick with their weird gay memes and not attack Elon personally.
Yeah,
weird names.
That was just so like unnecessarily shitty. You know what I mean? But that's Democrats. That's Gavin and his team. Okay, so yesterday I was hoping to get to this Jessica Simpson video. You guys, we've already featured her on our Don't F With Your Face segment, but now she's back on tour, I guess, or maybe she's just doing something in Vegas. I'm not sure. She's not the same performer as she used to be, okay? I'm sorry if you're a Jessica Simpson music fan, but this is what she looks and sounds like now when she performs.
What a banger, though. I used to love that song when I was like 8 years old. Oh, so good.
I forget how young you are. You guys, yesterday, I discovered that I am a year older than Corinne's mom. Could I say, I mean, could I feel any older? No, I can't. I cannot.
You discovered that in the context of me saying how young she is.
Okay, fair, but still, like that, I was just like, oh my God, I'm a year older than Corinne's mom? What? Like that was like, oh, that was a
my
dagger.
mom was like a teen mom. She turned 20 a month after I was born, but I always joke about her being a teen mom. She loves that.
Well, yeah, I just did not know that. And so, by the way, our group is filled with prayer warriors, and Corinne's mom is battling cancer. And so if you could just like throw up all the prayers for Corinne's mom. She requested prayers on X yesterday. And so I just feel like our group is particularly good at that. So if you could just add her to your prayer list, I know Corinne would appreciate it. And so would I.
Thank you, guys.
I don't think I've mentioned on this show that I adore Jelly Roll, the performer. I love him so much. And he was recently on Joe Rogan. He's had a life, man. He's recovered from, some substance abuse issues, from some criminal issues. He has come a long way. And he's just such a love. There's just something so lovable about him. And he was on Joe Rogan the other day, who surprised him in the sweetest way. This made me absolutely bawl, and I may cry again, but here's what happened on the Joe Rogan show.
And then you show me video. I'm gonna show you something else too. I didn't think I'd make it, Joe. I'm gonna show you this. It's my buddy. Give me some volume, Jay.
To say congratulations on all the great things happening in your career, and to thank you for the positive difference you're making in the lives of so many people who need the help. You're doing great work, buddy, and I'll never forget meeting you on the Grand Ole Opry and how much it meant to me to hear you say my music helped you get through some really tough times. That's one thing country music does really well. And who would have ever dreamed back then that I'd be back at the Opry House today to say, Jelly Roll, you're officially invited to become a member of the Grand Ole Opry. It's an honor to say welcome to the family, brother.
He wanted to play that for you when you're here. Have a hug? Yeah, for sure.
Can you even?
I love you too.
He's such a tattooed teddy bear.
I know. I just love him so much.
It don't get no bigger in country music, Bubba. It's as big as a kiss, yo. You know what? Fucking Grand Ole Opry, dog. Oh, dude, I used to buy tickets to go there.
I mean, it went on from there. I mean, you guys got to see the whole interview if you haven't. It was so good. Oh my God. It was so good. I just loved it. Anyway, I love him. Okay, so now it is time for some talks. And because Corinne is 6 months pregnant, did you guys know that? You can't see her, from the.
I know.
You can't see her.
There's no
pregnant. You
way.
want to show your belly?
I don't think it's possible, but I promise it's there.
So I decided to grab some baby-related ones for talks today. Not all of them, but the first couple are baby-related. And this one is of a new father who's got a week-old baby who is offering this product review.
1 week product review of human baby. Human babies can come in lots of different colors. This one originally came in yellow, but in the sunlight kind of turned pink, which is kind of cool. I did not film the unboxing because it was stressful and loud. And the package this product arrived in was damaged a little bit upon delivery, but is in repair. Actually lost about 2 liters. It goes through random shutdowns. So like in the middle of using it, it just kind of shuts down, takes a couple hours to restart. Major leakage issues. And the accessories, that's where they get you. For fuel, currently runs on milk, but pretty excited for it to be running on Dirty Dr. Pepper. Maintenance is pretty straightforward. You just feed it, change it, sleep it, kind of like bop it. But yeah, product is surprisingly durable. The new human smell is just to die for. Side effects, I think, are just kind of increased overall purpose and humility, but overall, highly recommend.
I just love that.
So perfect.
Isn't that the best? Oh my gosh. So I know, it's been 20 years, almost exactly 20 years and a month since I had a baby. And I remember back then it had been 9 years since I'd had my first son. And I remember just in that 9-year span, the difference in the amount of accessories and like helpful gadgets that you could buy. I can't even imagine what it looks like now. Like you probably have access to some really cool gadgetry.
Robot everything.
Robot everything?
Robot everything. Everything's automated. You can get a crib that rocks your baby when your baby cries. I don't have that, but you can get it. I don't.
Okay, but if you don't and you have a mixer, could I recommend that you try this? Because I did not know that this was a thing you could do. But if you have a mixer, you can just do this. Like you can just do it on your own. You can create like the little motion on your own. And that baby is so freaking cute.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that face.
KitchenAid is just finding a way to make it from wedding registries to baby registries.
It's a baby right? I mean,
they're dominating the market.
That was very, very clever. I thought that was super clever. Also, when I had my Ella dog, my yellow lab, she had the softest fur of any lab that I've ever felt ever. And I've felt a lot of labs, okay? Like I have pet a lot of labs. Her fur, there was just something about her fur that was just super, super soft. However, her undercoat was out of control. Like she shed so much that it was, and labs are huge shedders anyway, but she was like off the charts furry. And my favorite thing is that on her hind quarters, she had all the fluff, like that white fluff that you could just literally grab a tuft of. She wouldn't even feel it. And you could just grab it and like pull it out and she would be oblivious. And I don't know if you guys follow Stella, the yellow lab who like runs into the leaf piles on Instagram. Stella's super famous. But I didn't realize that they use her butt fluff as Christmas tree decorations. You guys. This is so
What's up?
Yes.
I mean, it's like instead of icicles, you can use lab butt fluff, you guys.
It's environmentally friendly, sustainable.
There you go. Right. So, and it's not just labs. You guys are right. I mean, huskies, oh my God, I can only imagine. If you got like a Great Pyrenees or something, you've got all the butt fluff. So anyway, if you needed an idea for how to make your Christmas tree special, there you go.
Perfect.
And then lastly, it's been a long, long time since we've seen Casper the singing dog or Rockstar doing Casper the singing dog. And so that's what we're going to end with today. Here it is.
My fluffy gone.
Casper, let's sing a Christmas song.
How about I've been so nice this Christmas. Santa better bring everything on my wish list. Ooh, yeah.
I don't know that one.
I know. Ooh.
How does it go?
Santa, I'm nice. Not naughty, no. What I gotta do to get a Christmas bone, Christmas bone, 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 bone.
Freaking love both of them so much. I love Rockstar. I love that freaking dog. Casper is the best, man. Love,
that is
love,
the
love.
cutest. I don't know how they get the dog to do that, but oh my gosh, my eyes are watering. So cute.
So cute. All right, we do have some thank yous. Roth Lady Wright says, I had a guy lose his mind on me the other day because I said I was okay with boat driving, drug dealing jackwagons getting blown away, especially if the boat is headed towards the United States. I was like, shut the F up and go sit the F down. This jackass was actually in the Air Force 30 years ago. I usually respect my elders until they prove to be stupid. She also says prayers for your mom and congratulations to you, Corinne.
Thank you.
And then Marcy Perales says, good morning, Mock and Daisy. Daisy, glad to hear your surgery went well. Thanks to Corinne for filling in today. Much love. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you for filling in. Miss Shell 55 says, if you're looking for something meaningful to do tomorrow, check out Wreaths Across America to see if there's a cemetery near you who could still use volunteers to place wreaths in veterans' graves. That is always a really good way to spend an afternoon. The photo in the story says the age of the shameless grifter needs to end, and it comes from the top. People are too online, including our president. So much squandered in less than a year. 2028 will be brutal because the left is awful. God, I hope that's not true. I feel a little doom and gloomy about 2026, but I'm really still kind of hopeful for 2028, you know?
Me too. I'm with you.
Regina Pontes, 5672, says, Candace is the evil mistress in the movie 1987 Fatal Attraction. I will not be ignored, Dan. Vibes. Totally. Oh my God, totally. Gardy Lou 3415 says, Candace's husband bankrolled TPUK. It failed. He wanted to merge it with TPUSA, and Charlie said no. He pushed to get the TPUSA CEO job. Erika got it. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, that there's rumors that George wanted that job and that Candace is pissed off that he didn't get it. Susie Q 059 says, it's Candace's world. We just live in it. It sure feels like that, doesn't it? Christina 21700 said she's holding a grudge because she wasn't tapped for CEO of TPUSA, and she's bitter that Charlie didn't have the same feelings as she had for him. I hope Erika and TPUSA sue Candace. That's the only way she's going to stop. Oh my God, I so hope there's a lawsuit too. So hope there's a lawsuit. Terry Seletsky, I am absolutely butchering that, I'm sure. She says, if folks can afford it, if folks can afford it, I think we should all, I don't know what this means. I don't know what this says, but thank you. Thank you for whatever that says. Let's see. C Noons says, trolls, if you don't want to listen about Candace, GTFO of chat. And if you are nasty about the host or co-host, self-deport, please and thank you, balls. Thank you, Christine. She is one of our moderators doing the hard job because, yeah, the trolls are going to troll. That's what they do. Oh, here we go. Terry says, typo, meant to say contribute to TPUSA. Yes, if you are inclined to contribute and carry on Charlie's legacy, which he would obviously and absolutely want, that's always a good idea. Brian Brumley says, to all of you trying to tell the chicks what to talk about and how to do their show, why are you gay? It's a great question. Mad Mom 70, Candace, and then like a zillion puke emojis. I feel that. Shelly Bolton says, Corinne, don't F with your face. If it's bad, you ruin your face. And if it's good, it's not fair to the rest of us because you are already gorgeous. That is truth right there. Shelly Bolton says, oh, and Mock, you look wonderful today too. That's a beautiful color on you. Thank you. Prayers for Corinne's mom. I pray for this community daily. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Corinne, for filling in. It's always good to have you. And, of course, Monday, Daisy will be back. And then get ready for a possibly long show on Tuesday because we will be obviously recapping whatever goes down in the TPUSA live stream on Monday afternoon. And perhaps we'll have a preview of that in Monday's show. So until then, you guys have a most wonderful, wonderful weekend. And we will talk to you later. Bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.